Usman, and a lot of people know me as the UV yo-yo guy. Being the UV yo-yo guy, it has some parts about it that are cool, where like a lot of people will just come up and talk to me and that's fine, but the bad parts are like if I need to practice for a routine or if I need to do something, I'll have people messaging me where they're like, where are you? Like, how come you're not in your normal spot? I'm like, I have things to do other than yo-yo in the commons area. For me, yo-yoing started from a game called Terraria. A lot of people call it 2D Minecraft, and actually about 10 years ago, they added yo-yos to the game. Some of these yo-yos had this little logo, like next to the name or like down in the splash text. And that logo was from a real company that made and produced actual yo-yos. So you could buy these in-game yo-yos in real life. I told my mom, I was like, I want one of these yo-yos, but she was like, no, they're $80 and you've never played with a yo-yo in your life. So I was like, okay, I'll learn. Nationals, I competed there once. Nationals, I got 6th in my division out of 12, but that was a pretty bad placement because I was like amateur division. I missed like half my tricks. I couldn't hit my tricks. I would say generally speaking, I enjoy competing more than I would dislike competing, just because it's an opportunity to basically go up and be like, hey, I can do this, and like I don't care if I go messy, I don't care if I go clean. I'm not up here for anyone else. I'm up here for me. Competing in person is a lot different because you get the opportunity to basically express yourself in a way that you can't do online. So like when I compete, I always try and use like punk rock songs. Like the last song I used was all about not caring what other people think, all about being me, all about not like standing up to other people's expectations and just doing it for me. That's part of why I compete in person. In middle school and high school, I had really bad friends. I had really judgy friends, I had really mean friends. So like anytime I'd break out a yo-yo, they'd be like, put that away, no one cares. Or like, obviously when you carry around a yo-yo in school, everyone's gonna like make fun of you in high school and middle school. So I just never played with it unless I was at home. Like I had guys when I was younger being like, oh, you think you're gonna be like a yo-yo reviewer? And I was like, no, I just do it for fun. That kind of made it so I just didn't play with yo-yos when I was at school. That made it so like, even when I was with my friends, I never brought it out, I never brought it over. And that kind of started to bleed into when I would be at home. I would be like, there's no point because no one likes it when I do this. Like my family doesn't like it, none of my friends like it, and like no one thinks it's cool at school, so I'm just not gonna play with it. Well, I grew up and I stopped hanging out with a bunch of bum-ass losers. And I started telling my family, like, I've been doing this for years now. It's gonna be here. I'm traveling for it. You can either support me or you cannot. I mean, the main reason I stick with yo-yo is, at this point, is the community. Like, obviously, I like learning tricks. Obviously, like, new yo-yos are cool, but like, I have so many friends in the yo-yo community from like all different skill levels. Like I have people who just barely picked up the hobby. I have friends who have been in it longer than I have. I'm friends with pros, and I'm friends with people who hate competition. And like when I got my yo-yo tattoo, I got this tattoo and it says my family because I would basically go around that contest. And every time I would see someone from my group, I would be like, oh my God, my family. Being involved in the community also, like, it changed the type of person I was, because I used to be so yo-yoing is a very like inclusive, kind-hearted, like everyone tries to be good to each other. I'm always going to keep up with the community. I'm always going to try and encourage like younger kids in the community to keep improving. Like my main goal when I get older is to make enough money to where like if I know someone who's really good but they're not in a well-off place, I can give them money to basically travel, to do things like I couldn't, to have a backbone like in the community. So like growing up, I didn't have money. I could never go to contests, I could never do anything. And that really sucked. So I would say when I get older, I want to make sure kids can actually go to contests, can get new yo-yos, can do things. I'd say that would be my goal of like getting older. Probably the worst thing you can do is quit and give up, just because when I was young, I was a really pessimistic kid. I was a really angry kid. So I would just be like, oh, shit sucks, I want to quit. Because of that, I didn't really try enough. I just gave up easily. when I was younger, I would like try to learn a trick, and if I couldn't do it like a first or second time, I'd be like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm gonna go watch YouTube videos or something. But now I'm like, I grind it out for hours until I get it done. So I'd say that's probably the biggest thing.